What up, everybody? What up, everybody? Let me get to the spot. Let me get to the spot. Oh, hey, I'm starting to sound like an old man when I sit down here. That's just a part of my little intro, but no bones are cracking or anything. I'm sitting down, but it's just I always do that. But hey, everybody, this is Plan Your Greatness, and look at my I got to get some. I got to get some bear stuff. I've had bulls and I've had Blackhawks. I need some bears. I need some. I had a Cubs shirt on, but I need some better stuff. White Sox, even though I'm more of a Cubs fan, but just anything Chicago on there. All right, this is Playing Your Greatness, and I am your gracious host, Carlton Hamilton. Let's get at it. We are at number 12. This is the Leadership Principles I Learned in Prison series, volume 12. Man, when I start writing this thing out and I said, my goodness, how many things really did I learn? And it came out to these 12. And so I've released them every day, one a day. So, wow, we've been doing this for 12 days, over almost 2 weeks. But I think I didn't want to just fire them off. I wanted to make sure that I took some time and I wrote them down and I released one every day. So each time you view one, you have a chance to maybe apply it and then come back. All right. And I'm sure I'm going to end up putting this in like a workshop or something as well. But number 12 is service leadership. Okay. That's a buzzword right now. Service leadership, servant leadership, really be open, serve your employees and blah, 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 blah. We have all that stuff out of there. And I have some specific things that I do as far as I have another presentation that talks about how do you motivate the bottom 5 or 10% of your company. And I'll talk specifically about how do you do that. But let's get back to the service leadership. I don't want these videos to be too long. I want someone to be able to actually kind of look through them within maybe like an hour and a half and do their thing. All right. Service leadership. My understanding of service leadership, and first and foremost, is there are no strings attached, which means you are willing to go out of your way to help your team and help your superiors with no expectations of getting something back. You understand that you're going to get, residuals from that, but you're not asking them directly, hey, if I do this for you, you do this for me. Now, if that comes into the conversation, hey, great doing this, great, no doubt, I'll take that. But you're not initially going into the transaction saying, okay, what's in it for me? You already know. If you're operating on a higher level of understanding, you already know that when you enter into doing something for somebody, the universe is going to respond and give you something back. So you don't have to ask. You're going to get it. But you are not putting any pressure on anyone else that, hey, you do this for me, I'm doing this for you. We have that too often with lawyers and business people that there's this zero-sum game that there's always got to be somebody getting this, somebody getting that. So if you stay away from that, you're going to be fine. You will be operating in a service leadership mindset. The other one is when you are helping people, when you are operating as a service leader or from service leadership, servant leadership, you have real energy, you have real enthusiasm, and you are always optimistic. Because I read something the other day and it said realism is just a cover-up or just reality-based pessimism. And I absolutely agree with that. Everybody said, well, I'm a realist. I said, no, you're a pessimist. And you're trying to code that by saying, I'm just keeping it real. You're a pessimist. All right? Optimism is the only way to be. Some people say, oh, you're just naive and everything. I'm like, no. If you have I'm going to tell a quick story. And I think I may have shared this before. My daughter and I were driving in the car and we were getting pretty low on gas because we had driven out to a side of town that we had not been to before. And so she looked at the gas tank and then all of a sudden that little tank flashes up. Beep, Dad, we're going to run out of gas. And I said, sweetie, if we run out of gas, then we're just going to get out the car. We're going to walk down to the nearest gas station, get some gas, and come back and put it in this car and then go on about our business. But Dad, I want to run out of gas. You can be honest. I said, well, sweetie, I said, if that happens, we'll have to deal with it. But Dad, and then she just sat there with her arms like this. And so I'm looking at the gas tank and I'm worried. I'm a little concerned, but I was like, I said, but I'll deal with it when that time comes. So we make it to the gas station. And I turned to her and I said, sweetie, we made it. And she balled up her face, was like, and I couldn't help but laugh, because what I learned from that is you have an option. So why would you want to waste that energy on something that, if it doesn't happen, you've just burned yourself. You've raised your heart rate. You might have even started an ulcer in your system. So I just said, don't even put that in there. So what I'm getting at is, it's better to be optimistic. If something doesn't go the way that you want it to go, deal with it. Okay? Now, the other thing is, when you are working with superiors or you're working with subordinates and you're supporting them, if they're struggling with something, you're giving them their support. If there's subordinates under you really struggling with them, you're giving them that support. And once you let them know that you are supporting them, like, hey, man, I got your back. Your superior, hey, I'll help you out as best I can. A subordinate, man, what do I need to make sure that you hit your goals? You let them know that you're supporting them. Then you encourage them that, you know what, you can do it. You can do it, man. Don't give up. Don't give up. You can do it. So you support them, you encourage them. And then once you get them, that you letting them know and they buy in that this person is supporting me, now they feel the energy that hey, they're encouraging me. I can do it. I can get through this. And now that I've got myself on level footing, I'm moving along. Then this is the part where most people drop the ball. They do not challenge people. Okay? You must challenge. After you show people support, then you encourage them that they can do it. You have to take it to the next level and say, okay, so now what? Let's take it a little farther. I see what you've got. You've dug yourself out of a hole. Now you're doing the things that you need to do. And this is part of what I'll talk about as far as how do you raise the bottom, is that then I challenge you, because now look at what you can do. I challenge you to challenge yourself to go a little bit farther. So if you are helping people and they know that there's no strings attached, that you're not doing it because it's like, okay, what is this person going to ask me to do after they help me? You're showing real enthusiasm. You're showing real energy. You're super optimistic. You're supporting them. You're letting them know that you got their back and giving them all the tools that they need. Then you encourage them. Okay, now we've gotten you up running. I'm encouraging you. Keep going. Keep doing what you could do. You can do this. You're better. Then once you get them to that level, you then challenge them and say, let's take it to the next level. How good do you want to be? How much better do you want to perform? And when you are doing that with your people from a position of service leadership, you are planning your greatness. This is Planning Your Greatness, and thank you for all following the leadership principles I learned in prison series. This is the last one, number 12. I will say this again: plan your greatness, and you know why? Because no one else will. Thank you again. I will see you next time.